Final from the Music City as well, 24-17, a back-and-forth ball game here between the Jets and the Titans. Tennessee had its opportunities late, but it's Aaron Rodgers in the win column for the first time in a game that he finished. They did get that win in the game that he left a year ago, but 1-1 now with a win in Tennessee, avoiding a disastrous 0-2 start. Bryant McFadden in studio here to offer his thoughts. This was the win that the Jets needed, maybe not the manner in which they wanted to play, especially in that first 30 minutes, but what struck you about the way they finished here on Sunday?
Well, defensively, a better performance than what we saw a week ago against San Francisco. That's encouraging. And red zone defense as well, because Tennessee had their chances to put points on the scoreboard via touchdowns. But the red zone defense showed up big time for New York. When you look at what they allowed, I mean, Tennessee, they were 1 for 4 in the red zone. If you can force teams to kick field goals in the National Football League, you're going to win ball games. So that was a huge plus for the Jets defensively compared to what we did not see last week. And then when it comes to Aaron Rodgers, you know, he's kind of progressing within his offense. You can tell the comfortability that he would like to have is not quite there yet. So they're relying on the dink and dunk attack in the throwing game, and then, of course, the running game as well. So, in all, it was an ugly win, but these are the ones you really, really enjoy because they're not the prettiest when it comes to the fashion standpoint. And the most important stat, you get the dub in the win column, and you move on to next week.
Some numbers here on Aaron Rodgers' day as we take a look. Something about that week, too. Now 6-0, going for 285 through the air. Still yet to amass one of those sterling 300-plus yard attempts. Some numbers on that throughout this week. But a win is a win is a win, and the Jets find themselves in the win column on the road. And for more, we get out to the site where the great Charles Davis is standing by. He made me promise him I'd bring the ball back, so I brought the ball back. CD, it's great to see you, as always, toting the rock out there. Talk to me about identity. It's one of those early season words we like to throw around. This is an offense looking for an identity. Looked like they were looking for the run early on, and then down the stretch sort of put the ball in the quarterback's hands more. What did you see offensively, specifically from the Jets?
Well, Joe, I think you identify what they're trying to do, and I heard Bryant talking about it as well, and I thought they adjusted as the game went on, and I know we overuse that word, and we're always about what's your halftime adjustment. Well, as B. Mac could tell you, if you're playing in the NFL, you better be adjusting series to series, all right? And the Jets did that in this game because early on, the Tennessee pass rush was giving them a lot of pressure. And Aaron Rodgers wasn't comfortable back there and couldn't find time to find receivers. So he and Nathaniel Hackett adjusted and went to the quick game that Bryant McFadden was talking about. They started getting it out of his hands in 2.5 or less. In fact, in the first half, he's 8 of 10 on any throws 2.5 seconds or less. That continued in the second half because the receivers, led by Garrett Wilson, were starting to win their routes very quickly at the line of scrimmage and allowed Aaron Rodgers to deliver. But I thought as the game went on, that Jets offensive line that they've put so much into to try and rebuild and fortify, it started to play really well in the run game down the stretch. Breece Hall started to find gaps. Braylon Allen started to find gaps and get to the second and third levels. So if they can continue to progress that way, they're going to be okay because timing will continue to come. And by the way, Aaron Rodgers and the Achilles, he made some plays today in the pocket, stepping out occasionally, that let me know that the Achilles is well. He just needs to continue to gain confidence to make some of those old Aaron Rodgers moves.
Yeah, taken to the ground a couple times in this one. Great to see him bouncing right back up. On the other side, you have a Tennessee team that conceivably could be 2-0 if not for a couple plays a week ago against Chicago, and then here some squandered opportunities against the Jets. But CD, it's a Jets defense that came into question for their run fits a week ago with what they gave up on the ground. Still 4.6 per carry in this game, but did you see progress in that willingness to hit the ball?
Yeah, they certainly did, because in the first half, I thought Tennessee found the spaces a little bit better, actually a lot better. Second half, for the longest time, I mean, I think Tennessee ran for 53 yards in the first half. For the longest time, they'll get it a -1 in the second half. So it wasn't just totally shut them down because they got some runs going again late, and I thought that Tennessee did a nice job sticking with the run to give themselves a chance down the stretch. But all in all, I think the Jets' run fits were better. Their biggest issue, lack of depth in the defensive front, and they don't have that space eater in the middle that can help eat up things and help the run defense. That's where Tennessee has an advantage and why their defense is playing well for the most part. Devondre Sweat, Jeffrey Simmons, they allow everyone else to run and hunt and hit. The Jets, They don't have that guy in there right now. So that's going to be something they'll battle throughout the season.
And Jermaine Johnson goes down with that Achilles in this game as well. That depth going to be tested, and those negotiations with Hassan Reddick could heat up after that injury. He is the ever-eloquent Charles Davis, and he is always open. Thank you, CD.
Thank you, Joe. Be